What's up, people? Welcome to the 27th episode of the News That Matters, where I tell you some interesting and fun news and some news that I think may matter to you, as most news channels broadcast bullshit. News number one is obviously about the Karnataka elections. Today was the day of counting of votes and to see which party will emerge victorious in battleground Karnataka. Well, as of the time of recording this video, the results stand as follows. BJP has won 104 out of the total of 222 constituencies whose votes were counted today. Congress has bagged 78 and JDS won 38, while the others got the remaining two constituencies. No party has received the least of 113 seats which were needed to form the clear government alone. Even though BJP has the highest constituencies this time, it is unlikely to form government as Congress and JDS have declared alliance and combined these two parties have the clear majority. The whole decision currently lies with the governor of the state, Mr. Vajubhai Wala, who has to invite a party or an alliance to form the government in the state. He is awaiting the final word from the election commission and then he'll make his decision. Technically, if we go by the process of alliance of majority, then it's Congress and JDS government, but it should be noted that these two parties did not declare their alliance before the polling and have only announced it after results. So the governor may also invite only BJP to prove majority as the single largest party. One more thing that should be noted about this affair is that the affiliation of the state's governor Vajubhai Wala is as an RSS man who joined BJP in Gujarat and also became its president twice. He also reportedly gave up chief ministership of Gujarat for Narendra Modi. He was appointed as the governor of Karnataka by BJP only in 2014. So it can definitely be an advantage for Jumla party. This, my friends, is truly what one can call dirty politics. Well, even though I am openly against the Jumla party and almost all its schemes, I want this time that it only makes government in Karnataka. I'm not saying because it will do anything good for the state. I know that if Jumla party comes to power in Karnataka, it would only take about a month or two when we will start hearing all sorts of horrible crimes and scams and communal riots happening there. And that's exactly why I want it to form government. I want Karnataka to learn this time that andhbhakti or blind faith always lead to devastation, just like the devastation happening with the other states and the riots taking place in them in the name of caste and religion. Well, all we can do now is to wait for the governor's decision to see who makes the government in Karnataka. The next news is about the unethical and infuriating way that the Jumla party has spent taxpayers' money which was hard earned. We all know that this party spent more than 4,000 crores in creation of statues, which is totally absurd and a sheer wastage of money in a country where the scene of education in most government schools is worse than a decaying corpse of mouse. Now, an RTI has revealed that the Jumla government has spent more than 4,300 crores in advertising and publicity alone. Yes, 4,300 crore rupees. This much for ads and publicity. Seriously. Do you even realize all the different places where this money could have made really great impact? It could have been spent on development of education sector or making new shelter for the poor or creation of a lot of new jobs for the large number of unemployed youth in the country. But no, the Jumla party thought it wise to spend another few thousand crores on its own benefit and fool the people of the country. This party spent thousands of crores on baseless statues, some more thousand crores on its own offices and buildings, and then even more thousand crores on ads. Bhakto, wake up. You're falling a prey to the manipulative strategies of this Jumla party, wherein you are being distracted by hatred and violence and are being made to fight in the name of religion rather than letting you focus on the real issues. Seriously, the country has never been in a worse state after independence than it is now, excluding the immediate years after independence, of course, as that was a rough time. So remember while voting next year about where your hard earned money is going. Well, the next news is a really sad and very disturbing insight of the way students are treated when it comes to studies and pressure of exams. In an unfortunate incident in Madhya Pradesh, 6 students have committed suicide, while 3 others barely survived their attempt to commit it This all happened after the declaration of MP board results, as these students didn't receive good marks. This is not the first incident either. Almost every day, at least one student commits suicide in the country because of the pressure of studies. The big problem is that we don't have qualified enough counselors either to make children understand that this is not the end of their lives but just a small hurdle that they must jump. Even some parents don't help their children to keep their minds together but rather force them to score marks even if the child doesn't have the capacity to do it. Well, this all states one thing again and again, that we need major improvements in our education system and even bigger changes in our attitude towards exam marks and career. The society should understand one thing, that the life and career don't depend on marks alone. Well, everyone, if you are a student and can't cope up with the pressure and ever had any such bad thoughts, then please talk to your friends or contact some depression prevention helpline or contact me. Well, the next news is from Uttar Pradesh, where an initiative is going on in which newly married couples are being offered shagun by the government. This bundle actually includes a lot of items, which are as follows: marriage registration form, bindis, contraceptive pills, pregnancy test kits, and also condoms. This is actually aimed at spreading awareness about the need of adopting methods of family planning by young couples. Well, I think it's a great move, and more awareness should be spread among people in each state like this, and it can be somewhat helpful in curbing our population problem. Well, now let's have some tech news. Facebook is adding a new feature in its Messenger app which will allow users to directly report conversations to Facebook if the user feels that the sender of the message is harassing them or are violating the Facebook guidelines through messages. Facebook will then take action by either banning the person from messaging or by a warning or some other methods. Well, I think it's a great feature and it can surely help to stop a lot of Facebook stalking and cheap messages that some people in India send. You all must know about the type of messages I'm talking about, right? Like those disgraceful ones that some people send to females. Well, now they can be removed for good and the platform might become cleaner. The next news is from Google, where a lot of employees have reportedly resigned from the company because of Google's involvement in an artificial intelligence drone program for the US military. Earlier, about 3,200 Google employees signed a petition urging Google to drop this project, as it violated Google's ethics and promotes building military strength, which in turn means weaponization of world and possibility of war. Well, I actually think the same way. I believe that countries should stop spending money on weapons and army. They do it in order to be ready for the war, but what I say is that there won't even be any possibility of war if countries don't have any weapons. And if no country makes weapons, it would also put a stop to terrorism to some extent, as they won't have most of their advanced guns and stuff. Well, what do you think about it? Tell me down in the comments below. Well, the last news for today comes from Oppo, which has launched its first phone under the Realme branding. And oh man, the phone is a real beast at its price point. The phone has a new MediaTek Helio P60 processor, which has 2 dedicated cores for artificial intelligence too. The phone has a nice 6-inch Full HD screen and great cameras too. The phone has different RAM and storage variants, the highest of which is a great 6GB RAM and 128GB storage variant, which is available at just Rs 14,000, and the base model with 3GB RAM and 32GB storage is available at 9,000 rupees. Well, this phone is really a great package and a great value if you are looking for a new budget device. This easily beats Xiaomi phones in this price point if software optimization is done right. Well, this was all for today. I'll be back tomorrow with another episode of the News That Matters. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe for more.